Hi everyone, I'm Carol Keller, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Illinois in the United States, coming to you today with a video that is my bundle bonus video for the month. What is bundle bonus? Well, if you purchase this month's featured bundle from me by the end of the month, I will send you the components to make this project. The bundle this month is called Cup of Tea, and it consists of the Cup of Tea stamp set and the teacup dies. Let's get started. So here is one of the cards that I designed for today, and actually we are going to use the exact same suite of products, but we are going to use different designer series paper. So you're going to see that the look of the card when it's done is going to be very different from this one. The design is pretty similar, but it's not identical. So I'm going to put it aside so that we can get started. As usual, I'm starting with a basic white card base, standard A2 size. And we're flattening it with the bone folder. And I've already cut some of the designer series paper. This one is 4 inches by 4 inches, or 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters. This one is 1 1/4 inches by 4 1/4, or 3.5 by 10.5 centimeters. And this one is 4 inches by 2 3/4 inches, or 10.5 by 6 centimeters. And I've also cut a mat to use. This is in fresh Freesia. And this is 4 1/4 by 3 inches, or 11 centimeters by 6.5. So we are just going to assemble all these using my Stampin' Seal. So we're going to start off with the easy one, and that is the square one. And I'm going to mat this one. And now before I put this one on, I'm going to position it and make sure it's where I would like. This one obviously has 3 sides with the same distance between, distance around the edge. So there's the bigger space here. And this one I want it to be centered right on the card. So I want to make sure that this one is moved in some. So I think right about there is good. I'm going to flip it right over. Centering it on the card front. So we've got our basic layout. Next, we're going to do some stamping. So I've got a scrap of Tahitian Tide, and I'm using one of the cup stamps from the set and Tahitian Tide ink. I just re-inked it recently, so it's very juicy. And then I have also a scrap, I'm going to put this aside, but I also have a scrap of fresh Freesia. And on this one, I am going to, I think we'll use I Miss You. And we're going to put a little tea bag shape around that one. And then we also have It's Time for Tea. And that one is actually going to go on a teacup that we're going to cut out in fresh Freesia. We'll move it over to the side. And then on the inside of the card, we're going to stamp also using Tahitian Tide. And we're going to stamp Let's Get Together Soon. And so then we're done with the Tahitian Tide. And now we're going to take fresh Freesia and we're going to stamp the tea bag outline around the I Miss You, and we're going to stamp this teacup on the inside and on the envelope. And that's it for our stamping. So I am going to cut out the little teacup just using the die. Oh, I might have to re-stamp. I did not leave enough space, so know that when you do it. I'm going to move that over actually. We'll stamp it over here this time, or we're going to turn it around maybe, or stamp underneath. because I need to have enough room for that tea bag. So that's going to go like that. So we're going to grab that Tahitian Tide ink one more time and that stamp. And then I will cut both of these out, and I'm going to cut a couple other things out, and I will be right back. All right, so I cut out what we stamped, but I also cut out from, and this is from a scrap of this designer series paper, and honestly you can't see it very well. You could just use regular Tahitian Tide cardstock because you lose the effect of the polka dots because it's so thin and the little sections are so narrow. But I also, before I ran it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, put an adhesive sheet on the back, and I definitely recommend that. And then I also cut out, this is in Starry Sky, a teacup. So I used the teacup outline for all three of these, and then the one that's more detailed for this one. So I'm gonna grab my Take Your Pick tool and find a spot where I can begin to pull up that adhesive sheet. I love them, one of my favorite things in the catalog. And we're just gonna line this up with that Starry Sky outline. Or die cut, I guess. Give that a good press. And then this, we'll move this over. We're going to stack them, and we're going to do it like this so that it's time for tea shows. I think we can actually separate them a little bit more, but I do want them at different angles to just add some interest. Maybe we'll do it this way. About like that. And we're also going to put the little tea bag, maybe we'll put that here, hanging on the center one. So to do that, I have some Tahitian Tide ribbon, this wonderful metallic woven ribbon, and we're just going to use a little bit. I'm going to take a glue dot and put it on the end. And we're going to hang that over the back of this middle cup. And then give it a snip. And we'll put another glue dot on the front, although the tea bag is going to hold it down as well. We'll do that. And so, and then the tea bag will go here, and I think we'll add that in a minute after everything is assembled. So we're going to have this one straight, and I'm going to put my adhesive toward the bottom so that I can tuck the tea, or the teacup that's above, I can tuck it inside. So I'm only going to put adhesive on the bottom, and we'll put it here, maybe like that. Same thing with this one, adhesive on the bottom. There we go. And we'll tuck it this way. And then last but not least, this one, and we can put adhesive on the whole thing since it will be tucked, but won't have anything on top of it. We'll do this one like this. And then that little tea bag, I think we'll set it at an angle, maybe like here. I was going to put it here, but I don't want to cover the design, so I think it's going to go better up here, maybe this way. So we'll put some seal on that as well. Like maybe like that. Tilt it at a little bit of an angle. And that's it. That is our card for today. We could also, if we wanted to, add a little bit more ribbon, but I decided to keep it simple since I didn't do any ribbon on this one. but you certainly could. But I like it just like this. I think the designer series paper does a lot of the work and the die cuts, so I am going to leave it as is. But I love the idea that you can use the same basic layout of the card and make very different cards just by using different paper. And obviously this one, I had some things over, the sentiment over on the left-hand side. And I will say I needed some balance because I had a little goof up here. I had this stamp fully inked and I dropped it and it hit this section of card. So I had to do something to cover it up. So the design was meant to be still only on this side, but because I had to move everything down lower than I wanted to, I ended up putting something to balance. But either one of them works. Either way works. It's still the same basic design. The cutting for the designer series papers and the mat are all the same. So that's it. That is my card for bundle bonus. And so like I said, if you order that bundle from me before the end of the month, I will send you the components to make either one of these cards. You have your choice. So before we say goodbye though, I want to show you the components that come in the kit. This is the cup of tea stamp set. So again, those wonderful teacups and lots of things to decorate them, wonderful sentiments and many different ones. These are the companion dies. So if you purchase the bundle, this is it. So you can cut out all of these that you stamp, and including the little lemon and the tea bag. There are smaller tea bags and some hearts and some fun things that are in the kit as well, some together and then some separate ones. So a lot to love. Let me show you too the designer series paper. It's called Tea Boutique, and there are 12 different double-sided designs, so 24 designs all together. So again, you can make many, many different cards just using this paper pack because they are all so different. So that is the front side and then the back side. So lots of coordinating colors and designs. The other part of the suite is the Tea Boutique cards and envelopes. So these are the 5 different card designs and then some beautiful coordinating envelopes. And these use all of our brand new in colors that came out in this year's annual catalog. So those make card making easy as well. And those are all the components of the suite. So like I said, that is our card for today. Thanks so much for joining me. I so appreciate you watching. Please leave me some love in the comments. Please look around my channel as well. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and click on the bell to be notified when I post new videos. I have many other card videos, a bunch of paper pumpkin alternatives as I do those almost every month, scrapbook pages, home decor items, tips and techniques, and I will be rolling out a beginner series soon, so look for that as well. And if you would like to join my email list, there's some information in the description. Please let me know that you found me on YouTube, and if you do that, I will send you a free PDF. All right, take care everyone. Happy stamping.